So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a makeup lesson that I received from one of my professional makeup artists, Melissa Guerrero. In this first step, she's just moisturizing. She did one side of my face and I did the other side of my face. I actually did not know when I decided to get makeup lessons with her that I was going to be doing part of the look, that I was going to be doing one side, but I ended up finding out once I got there. But it was pretty fun because, you know, you do get to be hands-on. And in this part, she's doing foundation on my forehead. We are only going to do it on the forehead for now because this look is going to have a heavy colored eyeshadow. And so, like how I was holding the brush, heavy eyeshadow, and there's going to be fallout. So she didn't want to put foundation on the bottom of my face just yet. So just the forehead for now. And so now we're getting into the eyebrows, and she likes to start at the ends first, or like the bottom half of the arch, and then she's filling it in right there. And yeah.
Have you tried the other end?
All right. Okay, now it's my turn. I think every time it was my turn, I was getting a little nervous. You know, I do my makeup on myself, but it's different when you're watching someone watch you. So now I'm trying to do the tail end again. And it was a pretty weird process because I do my brows, but I do it differently when I'm just by myself. And in this sense, I had to kind of match her side, and I love how she does my brows. You know, makeup artists, they all have a unique vision on how they see your face, and I hope that when I keep practicing I can kind of get this look that she's helped me create this day. So okay, and now right here Melissa is carving out the brows using a thin brush and using a lighter concealer. And then she's buffing it out and blending the concealer all over the bottom part of the lid. And so, yeah, using a concealer brush to clean out the shape on the bottom and top of the brows is really going to help define your brow and help it really pop. And that's, you know, if you want that look. You know, it's obviously everything's optional, but that's kind of the look that we were going for. So now it's my turn to carve out the brows with a mini brush, concealer brush, and just go underneath the shape of the arch and then kind of drag it down a little bit.
Did it go higher anywhere?
No, I think that's good.
And really define that shape. And then get kind of a fluffier brush and then buff it outwards and downwards into the lid. And voila.
Go ahead and carve and have it even.
And then now we're gonna do the same thing on the top. Carve that shape and really define that brow. Make it pop.
Even though it's arched, we're having it like a little bit more of a rounded arch.
Okay.
Like right here, versus too straight of a line, rounded curve.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for this look, we're gonna use this eyeshadow primer so that it's more vibrant for the colors. Okay.
So right here, this is where she's putting in an eyeshadow primer. She said that it was because she really wants the colored eyeshadow to pop, and it looks like the primer is kind of like a foundation color shade, not too white, not too dark, just kind of slightly brighter skin shade. I think I was getting really nervous doing my makeup with someone watching me. And you know, you're trying your best to do it really, to do it really well. So there you
Be
go.
careful when blending this portion by the brow. I would start off at the bottom.
Patting it in, trying to get all that primer on there.
And then work.
And now for this crazy eyeshadow look that I told her I wanted to learn. Yeah, I kind of gave her the wildest, craziest look I could find, and she was pretty shocked because she knew that I was gonna have to do this myself. I thought I was just gonna ask her to show me how she does it. I thought that's how the makeup lesson was gonna go, but I found out before we started here that I was gonna have to do this myself, and then I was like, why did I pick this crazy wild look? But hey, why not try to learn the craziest, wildest thing you can learn, right? So right now she started with this kind of graphic eyeshadow shaped where it kind of has a deep cut crease, and we're starting with like a very bold blue color, and so she made a line right there. And I think she's like blending it right here. If there's anything we can learn from makeup artists, it's to blend. And so she's it's like there's a very small kind of pencil-like brush. And she's just going over that line that she's created and kind of lifting it up a little bit to kind of feather it upwards and not be too bold, not be too too striking. It's I mean, the look is striking, but the line is kind of feathered in.
Alright, start with that one. Okay. So look at this shape.
Okay.
You're gonna have to try to like mimic that on that end, okay?
Okay, good luck.
You got this.
The fear is setting in, but I laugh through it, and let's follow that shape.
Yeah, right here. Okay.
All right, so I'm seeing that the line is above my natural crease, and it's kind of curving out on the very side, on the very edge of my eye. It's kind of lifting upward, so it's going up and around and down and to the side. And so you can really see that if you have lids like mine where they're kind of lower, you can always adjust how people see your crease just simply by using eyeshadow.
Light pressure. Move your hand in a circular motion, but not too much to where you mess up that line. Okay. Baby circles.
All right, there I am doing baby circles.
We're going for the imperfect part of this video, okay?
The way I'm pressing the brush and how I hold the brush. So then with time and practice that will come too, but you want to like kind of like do baby, like baby strokes. Okay. Because when you do it too hard, you move more of the product and then it kind of creates streaks.
Okay.
So it's just like the lighter the pressure, the better when it comes to this. I mean, the only time you want to do heavy pressure is if you're trying to pat down like a lot of pack on eyeshadow.
Okay.
But you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. So now you're gonna hit up that green, girl. And you're just gonna use.
So now we're going in with another color. This time we're going in with green, I think. And we are placing that color on top of the blue. So it's going to be kind of this blue-green blend on the top. And again, the eyeshadow brush is pretty small so that you can kind of get in there. And now Melissa's going back in to carve kind of like what is this called? She's trying to carve the crease a little bit more by using concealer. So carving a line where she wants her crease to be, just kind of cleaning it out even more and making the blue line pop out and allowing the shade that's going to be on top of this part even brighter, I guess. Okay, now it's my turn to carve in that crease. And I think Melissa was telling me here to lift my head so that I could see the angle that I need for my eyes. And just kind of how important it is to see your face from all the different angles to get the look that you're trying to go for. I think she was saying that when you lift your head, you're able to see your eyes and your lids in a way you might not be able to see if you're looking straight forward. Okay, now we're going to go for the eyeshadow shades that we're going to put on the lid. And right here, Melissa is putting orange on the innermost of the lid and on the edge of the lid. So kind of keeping the center part not orange. So orange on the two outer edges of the eye. And she's just going back and shading it in just a little bit more. That's the big trick between a professional makeup artist and, just the average makeup person, is that they really want to perfect the look and blend and just make everything look super clean, super good. Okay, now she's going to go in with the middle shade. She's going to pop in a bright pink in the center. So this look that we are going for, it's a very graphic blue cut crease color, and then the lid's going to have oranges and pinks. This is a very bold look, very bold statement on the eyes. I usually like doing that for my makeup looks, just because I think it's way more fun, it's different, and that's like a fun place to play with color, in my opinion, the eyes. So look at that. And then she's blending in the orange into the pinks, so it's not just laying there without any purpose. It's kind of becoming a thing. Okie dokie, and now it's my turn. All right, going in with the orange on the inner corner. Patting that in. Melissa's fixing her side, just blending more. And then I'm doing the outer edge. You can see how light I'm doing it. I'm just like, okay, let's get that color on there. And then we're smudging it out under the blue. Kind of making all the colors go outwards and not just above the eyes. It's a very wide-eyed look, I guess. Look how I'm using the brush. Okay, now we're patting in the pink in the middle. And again, doing that trick where you lift your head up so that you can see the entire lid. Although from this angle, I'm not sure if you guys can see what I'm doing. You'll see. That is a lot of color, my friends. Pink, orange, blue, and I think some green on the top. And now we're getting into liner. And one of the things that I'm noticing as I'm watching Melissa right now is that she uses a brush. So I can't remember if she uses some sort of gel or what she uses for the eyeliner. But I guess the difference is that I use a kind of eyeliner pen. And so it just feels a little different, you know, because the brushes are totally different. But she starts at the ends of the eye and works her way in. And I think that's kind of another way that I do it differently. But that's one of the cool things when you learn from other people, just learning all different types of techniques, all different ways of going about things. This makeup lesson in itself definitely gave me the confidence to realize that we all have different visions and different ways of seeing things, and I love seeing everyone's points of view. And so yeah, so right here we're trying to match up the wing. If you know what I'm talking about, some people are just, they totally get it with the wing. I do sometimes, but sometimes you put way more thought into it than it needs, and so you just like do it slower than you think you need to.
I mean, you could do it that way. I did it that way for a long time. I felt that this way works better for me. Okay. Because once you have where you want your wing to go this way, it's easier to just kind of like you bring it in, you create that wing, and then you get then you create this line, and it just connects. I see. Yeah, not bad. Let's see what we will be doing. Thicken that a little bit, just to thicken it on this side. Just a little bit. Okay. If you see the difference between this one and that one, yeah. Look down for me. I think the trick with eyeliner for you is going to also be, you see how, so this liner shape makes your eyes look longer, right? Right. Yeah. Because of the way we're going. Yeah. Which we're going to bring the eyeshadow to create that shape as well. I think the trick that's going to be with the eyeliner is the way you angle your face. Okay. Because you'll get a better view when you're angling it like this. Okay. And then you can see. Then you can bring it obviously straight forward. Okay. Okay. Woo! Breathe again. Alright, let's see.
Remember, you only have to worry about the left side.
No, both. Now after you told me to do the music video. Oh my god, man. Okay.
I ended up telling Melissa that I wanted to use this look and do a music video right after this, so she wanted to make sure she helped me so that you know, this is my first time. She just wanted to make sure it's all clean everywhere. So anyway, so now she's finishing the foundation and going on the bottom of the face. And let's see. And this is kind of like, looks like a more full coverage type of foundation. She's just using a big, like, kabuki brush. And you can see right away that it's definitely covering the skin and just making everything look very uniform, very clean, very polished. And now it's my turn, and I don't really use kabuki brushes, so you can tell, look how light my hand is as I'm tapping in the foundation. You can tell that, for me, I can tell that I'm not used to it. Because I kind of use like a stipple brush more often than not. So this big kabuki brush is new for me, but I guess it kind of packs it in pretty well. So that's like the point. Okay, and now it looks like Melissa is going in with some concealer just underneath the eyeliner and eyeshadow to kind of give it a really clean, finished edge. So I see how on my side there's no eyeliner just yet, so it's just kind of a little bit naked there. Whereas on her side there's going to be that kind of clean edge of a foundation color that kind of just makes it really smooth and sharp. And I'm not sure what she's doing right now. I think she's maybe powdering. And then now it's my turn. The dreaded my turn side. Okay. Okay, so now I'm like lightly patting the, I guess it's the concealer, or maybe this powder. I don't remember. It's one or the other. But most likely it's, oh, I guess it's translucent powder, I guess. We're powdering over the concealer, I think. Here's Melissa helping me. Okay, now here's the translucent powder that she's putting over the under eye concealer. And my turn.
We still need to do shadow under your eye. All right.
And now Melissa's going in for the eyeliner on the lower lash, going with the same color she used on the top lash, starting with the bright orange on the inner corner, going in towards the middle. I think she's going to take it all the way to the edge, I think. We'll see.
You're up next, girl.
Okay, so the purple, just maybe like stamp it on with this one. It's very thick.
Okay.
I would blend it with the pink one.
But this one, do I just
Up and kind of just in there. Go back and forth motions too. Okay. On the side.
Okay, so now I think she's brushing off the excess powder. And I think right here she's adding some bronzer to the corner of my forehead. And then kind of the hollows of my cheeks.
Look droopy.
Okay.
Don't go too far in. Maybe like right here. Okay. So trick. Don't go too low.
Got it.
You will look like saggy cheeks. We don't want that.
No,
Okay. And then into the hair. I think the hair portion is a lot easier. Okay.
Yeah, I've been seeing girls. They've been contouring like up here now. Have you seen that?
A lot higher up.
Yeah.
More sculpted. Nope.
No. Too low.
That's too big. Remember, we're only using that one for the top.
Oh, okay.
Let me get you this one. All right. Now you can go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, and then go upwards. Yes. Little part of filling in right there. Yep. And then what I would do is I kind of just like.
See how her hand just softly brushes upwards, but there's still this kind of pressure in how she, you know, moves the color around, but it's just so nice. I don't know, when I just do it myself, it just seems right, but but when I'm watching her, I can really see the difference in how her hand holds the brush and how much pressure she uses. Now we're contouring the sides of the nose, getting the shape sculpted. Then there's my side. It's a little bit hard to see, but basically on the two sides of your nose, you just kind of go straight down from where your eyebrows are. You just kind of go down the nose. And now she's using what are those called? Sponge puffy things, puffs. And she's powdering underneath the contour line. And then she's powdering again under the contour line of the nose, on the side of the nose. And I guess in a way with this powder, it's acting as a highlight. So that's really kind of how she shapes the face, contouring with the dark, highlighting with the translucent powder. You can see it a little bit more on my side, but she doesn't do it that way, but let's see what I'm doing here. I think when I do it now, since I've gotten home, I just kind of go downwards underneath that line instead of sideways. And I swear when she was doing it, it's just all the powder was coming off all nicely, and mine, I'm just can't even see it. Obviously my hand's in the way, but just wherever your contour line was, you're gonna put this translucent powder just below it and all the way downwards of your nose on the sides. And obviously, you don't have to do all the contouring and highlighting if you don't want to. This is just like an extra step for people that want a more sculpted look and kind of a more contoured, chiseled face. Sometimes you need that more, especially like with pictures, whenever I do shows, whenever I do photo shoots. Makeup artists usually always add this kind of step, these kinds of steps in, just because it really helps with all the lighting and things like that. So I think right here she's putting a little bit of highlighter, I think. Yeah, and so you usually put highlighter on kind of like the high points of your face. The color she chose was like a soft iridescent gold, and you look at the touch that she puts when she puts the highlighter. It's very soft, it's very light. It's kind of just like voila. Let's see how my hand puts it on. Mine's soft too, but it's a very gentle, nervous, soft. Like, it's like knowing the teacher's watching you. You're like, I hope I do this right. There she goes. She's going in. She kind of mixed it with two colors. And we're sweeping it over the top. Kind of going underneath the contour on the forehead. And okay, I guess I'm going a little bit over the lip line. Let's see what she does here. It's pretty. I think now she's going in with the blush. And for this particular look, you know, obviously you can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. But she likes to put it, I think, kind of on the apples of the cheek. She just kind of does a soft little touch. And she kind of goes upwards. And pay attention to the brushes that she uses for each step as well. I think that makes a huge difference. And even the colors that she chooses, it's such a nice, natural, rosy color. I always tend to use a mixture of pink and peach blush. And for this look, it looks like she wanted to go pinky. Now we're going in with the eyelash curler. Melissa wanted me to do both of my eyelashes myself just because I think it's easier for people to do their own eyelash curl. So there we go. Press, 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 curl, curl, curl. Doing it a couple times. Whoa. I can totally see it when I'm with Melissa here. I'm like really trying to be super neat and slow and take my time. But ever since I've been home already, I'm just like, just brushing it away. Because I have a very natural vibe when I do my makeup. And obviously she's the professional. So, you know, I can try my best to kind of do things as pro as she does. But I think just in general, the way I do things is super chill, so I probably still would want to go to her more often for my professional makeup looks and just keep practicing, doing my best on my own. So here we are, brushing some mascara into my natural lashes. Like the look is coming along. You can see how well the brows are shaped around my eyelids. We're finishing up the mascara on this side. The eyeshadow is playing really well with each other. And now the one piece that my makeup artists usually do for my looks when I do a photo shoot or do a gig is she's adding some false lashes, which is something I don't do normally. Most days I don't wear any makeup. Some nights or some days when I'm at home and I just want to play with makeup, I do my own makeup, but I hardly ever put falsies when I'm just by myself or just playing around doing makeup on myself. So I think they even say that's usually the game changer in your looks between a regular look and kind of a professional look is when you have false lashes. It just kind of puts the entire look all together. And like I said in my other makeup video, my previous one, It just takes you from wham to glam. And there she goes. Adding some falsies to the eye to just kind of make this look go from wham to glam.
I think the lash will be where my eyelashes actually are, huh?
Yeah, right above your lash line. And then where you're gonna want this one to go. Just kind of get an idea. Look down a bit. There we go. So you want to go from up, down. So like when you're applying it on yourself, right now you're under your, you need to go above your lash.
So obviously I'm having issues here. I think it's scary for me just to put eyelashes on in general, but in front of someone else, scary. And that is kind of the look once we have the false lashes on both sides. Okay, this is the step where Melissa asked me to put some mascara on my bottom lashes. I usually don't do that, but I can see why, as for the look that I asked her to do for me, why she'd want me to do it, just because the upper eye area is so heavy with color and lashes that you want the bottom to kind of match a little bit and kind of be a pair with the top. Brushing off more of the translucent powder. But see how the face is being sculpted with the lightness of the translucent powder and the darkness of the contour, and then there's that little pop of blush, but everything looks so natural. I really try kind of getting that look when I'm at home, but I definitely need to practice more and more. Practice is key. I think I've practiced once or twice, but I will try practicing, as much as I can until I kind of become the best that I can be. Now we're going in with lip liner. I think I was just double checking to see how she lines my lips. I think all makeup artists, and even if it was just one makeup artist, you can always line your lips in many different ways. So I think the way she was doing mine was she was just kind of going either right on the lip line or just a little bit below it, which is a kind of a cool look. I always thought that you always have to like line them so big, just everyone's so into the fuller lips trend, and I think with my face, the way Melissa sees me whenever she does my makeup is she just kind of keeps my lips looking more natural and just kind of gets the eyes more poppin', and she doesn't feel the need to like overdo every single facial feature. I think that's cool. And then she added in some liquid lipstick. I definitely need to, when I do my makeup looks, I have to start with lip balm before I even start my makeup, just to kind of moisturize my lips and get them prepped. Some people I know, they do like lip scrubs, but I think that's something I do usually as lip balm, but I don't think I did it that day. So now I'm doing my side. Now see how Melissa's going in. She's looking back at the work and she's still like just perfecting everything. I definitely don't have that same level of that standard of perfection when I do my own makeup. So it's fun to see someone else who really has such an eye for what they're trying to do. So now I think she's going in with some setting spray to just get everything all set and moisturized and hydrated and fresh. And then here she is. What's this? I think she might be just adding one little extra line right underneath the eyebrows. And that is pretty much it. My first makeup lesson and session and tutorial with one of my professional makeup artists, Melissa Guerrero. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video from going wham to glam. And here's the finished look. Now here's the part where I need you. Hit that subscribe button, be a part of Sharyn Maceren Dream Queen TV, then hit the like button to show you love this, and then hit the notification bell so you can catch all my latest videos. I can't wait to see you back here. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.